possibly even 99-1. They're going to get on top of Ali Khan here now.
A very interesting atmosphere because they're supporting Nepal, they're supporting the sun and red moon, but they got those Stake Stars and Summit Series USA Cricket free t-shirts coming in. This is their home now. They can't lose tonight, Lenny. Whoever wins, the fans walk away winners tonight.
I think they want Nepal to win, Peter. You can see the tactic here, can't you? Ali Khan, it's going to be very telegraphed, very choreographed. Something we probably saw Stuart Broad do first in this format a long time ago, back in the 2009 T20 World Cup. Round the wicket, try and hit the wide guideline outside the off stump, completely take the leg side out of play.
It's become industry standard now for bowlers at the death. You see this very common. Yes, Stuart Broad, he was the person who was the revolutionary in that regard. One.
Sliced away. Netravalkar's down there, and he fumbles it, but he just about keeps it inside the outfield. There was a bit of a collision. It was accidental. Nice to see Ali Khan apologise for that. I think both Bertel and Khan were just watching the ball and ended up crashing into each other. Given that could be a high traffic area, is Saurav Netravalkar the fielder that you want to have third?
Well, you got to put him somewhere. I might switch Sai Mukamal, who's currently at fine leg.
He didn't have a great day in the field the other day.
Oh, yeah. Pick your poison.
What about Milan Kumar? Surely Milan Kumar's got to come out of... I don't know how the ball can get to backward square leg in the circle. Really strange fielding position, that one. Now, full toss, sliced away, out towards Netravalkar and wide of him. That'll be a boundary. I think this is too choreographed for me. The batters are going to know exactly where the ball is, and even though there's protection on the offside, you can't plug every gap. 4 more.
Well, he's going for Yorker. It slips out of the hand. It didn't get the grip on it, and it turns into a juicy full toss. And that's the shrewdness, the experience of Rohit Khanna, because a more excitable player in that situation might have tried to whack it over the leg side, seeing a full toss, but he just, no, I'm going to use the pace and just guide it where the gap is on the offside.
Tries to do the same again. That's a great shout, Peter. Excellent running from Powder. Look at how quick he is. Outstanding strength, conditioning and fitness from these Nepal players right now. They're running USA a little ragged on home soil. It's 116 for 3.
भाग्यले जहिले साथ देला या नदेला तर ई-सेवालाई फेयरले दिनेछ starting from just ₹760 a year. Get coverage up to 5.3 lakhs. Download the e-Sewa app and secure your future today.
And because we've just seen in that last over what he can do against pace with pace on the ball. He's also arguably Nepal's best player to spin, especially with that slog sweep. So if you're USA, who do you actually want to bowl to him?
Well, these are 2 incredibly important overs, not just for the context of today's match, but the Stake Stars and Summit Trophy 2024. And will it go back to the Himalayan nation, or will it stay here in the United States? Harmeet Singh, for me, has been the pick of the American bowlers in 2024 by quite a distance, alongside Saurav Netravalkar. Netravalkar's figures of 1 for 20 from his 4 overs are done. Harmeet Singh, these 11 remaining deliveries, well, if he can keep Nepal to run a ball from them, that will really change the momentum again. You can almost see that Rohit Powell's aware of that, isn't he? They're probably not going to look for 4s and 6s too much off Singh here.
This is good from Monang Patel bringing Harmeet on from this end against Rohit, because if he's going to play that slog sweep, he's going to do it not only against the turn, but he's going to have to clear an 82-yard boundary on the east side of the ground.
Oh, that's an outstanding stroke. Spoke about him trying to get it full, Harmeet Singh. It turns into a half volley. Sheer elation from the fans up there on the deck. It's as straight as you can imagine, and it's all the way for 6.
Well, we saw the reverse cue shot into the corner pocket against Ali Khan in the last over. That was the unorthodox bit. This is far more orthodox from Kushal Bertel. This is what he's been doing all innings. Just clean hitting. Doesn't try to smash it too hard. It's in the slot. He just strikes it clean through the line of the ball. Times it well enough to clear the sight screen.
Yeah, I'll have to check the ball just to see if it's okay, because it pounded off the concrete, and the umpire none too pleased with it. The umpires were a little under the microscope, weren't they, Peter, 2 days ago?
Well, bowlers. The Nepal batters have been free in the arms, getting outside leg stump, going down the ground, and that's kept the umpires out of the equation for the most part. As BJ Malone, the third umpire tonight, he was one of the standing umpires 2 nights ago, but he swapped places with Samir Bandekar, Aditya Gajar out of Atlanta. He's remained on field for both matches. BJ Malala, who is on the East Coast. He's either North Carolina or Virginia. I'm not sure where he's at these days. He's somewhere in the Mid-Atlantic. And Samir Bandekar is based here in Dallas. Those are the 3 American umpires here for this series.
For Nepal, the return to form for the Butwal boss, as some have called him, the man born down in Ripende in Butwal. For Kushal Bertel, it's a first international 50, Peter, since all the way back on the 12th of March of this year. That was in Hong Kong against PNG. And I have to say, Bertel wants the second, but he's sent back by the captain, probably rightly so. I'd really disagree with Monty Desai. I think almost everything he does, there's logic behind it. I didn't really understand the idea of Bertel dropping to 5, 6 or 7 though. And I think after the 4 games, and with Bertel's performance tonight, we'll probably see him rightly restored back to the top of the order. He'll be either opening or at number 3. This could be the role for him.
Well, if you want to keep your spot in the top of the order, you got to be producing. And when you score like this, then it becomes justified.
I think he had enough credit in the bank, though, for me. Even if it was a shimmy down to number 3 from opening, there's not much difference between opening and number 3, particularly if there's an early wicket. But didn't quite understand him all the way down at number 7 up in Canada. But back up in the top 3, well, you can say he looks like he belongs there again. End of the 16th. It's 1-2-6 for 3.
भाइ फोन पे चल्छ है चलिहाल्छ नि बस्नुस् अब पैसा भन्ने कुरा जुन बेला पनि चाहिन सक्छ ठाउँको ठाउँ पैसा पठाउन मिल्ने फोन पे त मेरो लागि एकदमै सजिलो उपाय हो पैसा पठाउने र पाउने छिटो सजिलो र सुरक्षित माध्यम फोन पे डाइरेक्ट नगद छोडौं फोन पे गरौं
Dipinder Singh Irie snuffed it out in 1 delivery.
Well, remarkably, I'm just taking a look to the left, Peter. The fans are still coming in here. Got a really healthy crowd now. And they're making the kind of noise that would make you feel as though this Grand Prairie Stadium is closer to capacity than the sort of 2,500 that we have in. Jesse Singh is going to bowl most likely overs 17 and 19, you'd imagine. And these will be 2 that Nepal will certainly look to target. Always colourful, always enthusiastic, and always passionate.
Well, Kevin Hart is going to be wondering how much support he has outside of the Texas Trustee Youth Theater. He's going to be saying to himself, I had no idea I was this popular in this part of the world. I can hear the noise outside of the venue. Are there fans who can't get in to see me? It's all the Nepal fans. I'm sure they love Kevin Hart too.
Yeah, if you're wondering what Peter's talking about, as I often do, he's talking about Kevin Hart, the American comedian. He's playing at I presume it's the Grand Prairie Theatre, is that what it's called?
Texas Trust CU Theater.
Just next to us here.
Just next door. That's the official
He
name.
was on last night, I believe, some of the MLC team. They've been putting on this series so wonderfully. We're at it last night. As Bertel looks for the ramp, doesn't get it, but House fumbles, and Powell is very alert to that. He'll scamper through for what will be signalled as a bye by umpire Samir Bandekar.
He's a busy guy because after tonight, as you see the replay, this one doesn't get bad on it, and they're going to pinch run anyway. After tonight, he's going down to Florida to play the Seminole Hard Rock. He's a busy guy. He's not wasting any time.
Get down to the guitar. That's where you got to go. That's not far from one of the other ODI venues here in USA, Lauderhill.
It's about 10 miles away.
Yeah, not far at all. Now, Nepal are going to start to look for boundaries. They need them. Good bowling from Jesse Singh. Right into the block hole. Is Dipendra Singh Ari being underutilised again here, Peter? We're into the 17th over. He's still not at the crease.
Well, you could argue it's a good problem to have. He's somebody who you'd like to keep in reserve for the last 5 overs to play that finishing role, but with the way that Kushal Bertel is striking the ball and Rohit Paudel, 18 off 13, you can't sneeze at that. If these two keep going with this partnership, I don't think there's anything that Nepal would be complaining about. If they were chewing up dot balls, you'd say yeah.
Smashed through the offside. Oh, that's it like a laser. What a stroke that is from Kushal Bertel. Aaron Jones was only probably 7 or 8 yards away from this, but the ferocity that it was hit with meant it still went to the rope.
Well, USA has really struggled to figure out how to capitalize on that large boundary, that 82-yard boundary on the east side of the ground. This is the second misjudgment by Jones tonight. He had a chance off the bat of Gulshan Jha go over his head in the 13th over. It went for 4. It should have been a wicket. And again, that should have been no more than 2. He's cheating in a long way off the road. Instead, it turns into 4.
There he goes down the ground, but there's protection there. Long off, Milan Kumar will do the fielding.
I don't think you're going to really cut off to, unless the ball gets hit directly to you. To me, it makes more sense. You're going to get 2s anyway. You don't want to let that boundary go, and you don't want a wicket-taking opportunity to go like you saw earlier.
Well, I can't remember a ball hit as firmly as that. That's, what is it, an 82-yard boundary out that direction. Massive. Now, we could see Dipendra Singh Ari to the crease because Madank Patel will hold on to another good catch and celebrate heartily as he has dismissed his opposite number. Jesse Singh gets the breakthrough, and maybe with Dipendra Singh Ari's fireworks, that might not be the worst thing for Nepal. Wicket to close out the 17th over. Good little leg cutter here, Peter, from Jesse Singh.
He got the timing off from Rohit Paudel. He was through the shot a bit early, skies it over, extra cover. And Madank Patel had quite a lot of ground to cover in the ring, but gets there in time, latches onto it to get rid of Paudel for 18. It's 134 for 4 after 17.
Звони. No, senior. Picture, please. Picture, honey. Picture coming. Picture.
Why choose between your favorites when you can have both? Introducing Pizza Hut's all-new Momo Mia.
Mamma mia.
The best of both worlds on one plate. Momo Mia Pizza. Test the epic. Starting at $7.29. Pizza Hut is something for everyone.
Shot earlier, it wasn't Field of Dreams. It wasn't in Iowa, all the cars coming up to the baseball game. It wasn't actually all the cars coming up to the cricket game either. They were coming up to enjoy Kevin Hart, although all of those Nepal fans that are packed into Grand Prairie are enjoying the action here. 3 overs remain. You might have just been on ad break there. You missed a huge roar, a massive ovation as their tiger, their hero, Dipendra Singh Ari, has come to the crease. He's only got 18 balls left to be out there for, potentially the number 2 ranked all-rounder in the world. And they're going to scamper as quick a single as you'll see. Blink and you'll miss it. It was just a blur. Not Usain Bolt running from the non-striker's end there. No. Dipender Singh Ari gets on to strike. And after a player of the match performance the other day, what can he do tonight?
Well, he's a stick of dynamite. Whatever he does, scored a very brisk 28 off 17 for the first half of his player of the match performance, and then followed it up with 3 wickets in the field.
He's off the mark immediately.
And a run out. Can't leave the run out.
Yeah, superb run out. Some were speculating that there was a single in that, but there's never a single to Dipender Singh Ari. You can't hit it straight at him and run. That's lunacy. That's suicide, Peter.
I have nothing to add to that, Mr. Leonard.
That's okay. We'll just leave you there for a moment. Good use of the feet by Bertel. I'll think of a second, but I think Irie actually quite fancies the strike. A little bit of the momentum, is it just dissipating here for Nepal?
Well, they just need to get at least 1 boundary and over. They took 10 off of Harmeet's last over, which is no small feat. 8 off the previous over by Jesse Singh. And deliveries like that are going to continue to help Nepal. You can see Harmeet doesn't want to give anything in Dipender Singh Irie's hitting arc. But that time, just got it a bit too far.
This is really marginal. I think it's the right call, but Harmeet Singh is not happy with it. It's just turned on him and gone a smidgen, maybe a millimetre or 2 outside the guideline. Goes Nepal's way. Quick hands from Irie. He'll only get the single, although he wants the second, and actually with the throw being so wide, he would have got back. Harmeet Singh wants Kumar to come a little squarer, more towards an extra cover in the long off that he's at. He's very straight there.
Well, I'm surprised they didn't set up for 2, regardless of the throw, because the amount of distance Milind Kumar had to run to collect that, I thought that the way he had to spin and turn to gather his body control before releasing that, it was an automatic 2, and they really should have gone for it because the throw was so wild.
Short, pulled away. It's the longer boundary, but it's gone all the way. What a stroke that is from Kushal Bertel, the Butwell boss. He's back to his very best.
Well, there's a reason why they stopped for 1 on that previous delivery, Lenny, because Kushal Bertel wanted to do that.
I think they're getting selfies with the ball up there. It might be a while coming back to Aaron Jones. Oh, what a strike this is into the night sky. That must have gone, well, what, 90, 95 metres, Peter?
No, 100. Don't sell it short, Lenny. Triple digits. He cleared the restroom facility on the east side of the ground, which is a good 20 yards beyond the boundary. And that's an 82-yard boundary over that side. So that's at least a 100-yard hit.
Now cut away. Now there is protection there. They'll scamper through for a single. It means that Bertel will keep the strike. Whisper it, Peter. 2 overs remain. We might be talking about 100 here for the man from Butwell. It's 146 for 4.
प्राकृतिक राग भएको विश्वासिलो गुणस्तरीय अनि राम्रो नो कम्प्रोमाइज विथ धारा साउजी
विजयजी बडो स्मार्ट हुनुहुँदो रहेछ क्वालिटी हेर्नु हुँदो रहेछ मूल्य होइन
मुटु चाहिन्छ मुटु
It's against the Philippines. We were there, Peter. It was in Oman.
I was not on the call for that game.
We
I
were
was
both
there.
We were both there.
I was there in the vicinity, but I was not on the ground for that call. You were.
T20 World Cup qualifier A 2 years ago. Big swing and a miss. I wonder if he had a look up at the scoreboard and just wondered, can he get there?
There were a couple teams that had fun playing against the Philippines. Canada, Matthew Spores scored a century. So Kushal Bertel was not the only one who made merry against the Philippines. Soumya Chavalkar, well, he's kept his reputation intact with that 1 for 20, but some of the other bowlers here have taken a beating at the hands of Kushal Bertel tonight.
clever from Jesse Singh. Just uses this angle, doesn't he? Comes quite wide of the crease and a shrug of the shoulders from Bertel. He said, it's nipping in, it's nipping off the surface. What we did see 48 hours ago, Peter, was that as soon as those floodlights are, I know they're in effect for the whole game, but if you like, they're now in full effect. The sunset's well gone. Nepal's bowlers got quite a little bit of movement in the first 5 or 6 overs in the second innings. Are we going to see the same again tonight?
Yeah, Rijan Dakul, not express pace, but moved the ball very effectively with the new ball.
Slapped away over the head of Kenjigay, and it's another fielding error. It's not necessarily a drop catch, but it's not a great line run. And the positioning, particularly on the larger side of the ground, from Aaron Jones and Nosh Kenjigay, it's been an issue all evening for USA.
Well, I said this before, and I'll say it again. You're not going to stop two the majority of the time, so why are you bothered trying? Stay on the rope. Look for wickets and stop boundaries. You're not going to cut off that second run, and that's the second time tonight that it's cost USA a wicket. Aaron Jones was the culprit the first time, and Kenjigay, who ordinarily is a very good fielder for USA, he fields a backward point in the power play overs. He's a reliable catching fielder on the boundary. If he stays on the boundary, he's cheating in 15 yards, and it's cost him a wicket.
150's come up. This goes down the ground. There's a super moon up there. It's going right towards it. It's into the Chinese lanterns. It's a collision course. Bertel's en route to maybe a second T20I 100. He moves to 86 with back-to-back boundaries.
Jesse Singh is still stewing, walking back to his mark because he knows he should have had him on the previous ball. Tries to bowl a little cutter there, and Bertel, not fooled one bit, clears the sight screen, and the Chinese lantern display. They might need to get some extra insurance for it, Lenny.
Well, the city of Grand Prairie was probably thinking this is a great idea. We'll put the Chinese lantern display right next to the cricket stadium. It'll be lit up by the floodlights. But I don't know if there's been a bit of damage caused there by Kushal Bertel.
Did he knock the lights out, Lenny? Because it was lit up literally until moments ago. It's gone dark all of a sudden. What have you done, Kushal Bertel?
Oh, damage potentially done by Bertel. There's damage done to Jesse Singh's figures. And with 2 deliveries left, it's the late impetus that Nepal needed. They're surely going to get past the total that they made 2 days ago. That proved more than enough. Or are they sensing a 2-0 series lead right now? Bertel 14 away. Inside edge, they're going to run a single and a direct hit. I think even Dipender Singh Ari wouldn't have got home, but instead they'll get a single to move to 87.
Well, everything going Nepal's way here is a half chance. Andres Kaus collected the ball in time. Looked like he had a clear shot at the stumps with Dipender Singh Ari late getting a start. And he was going to be out if that connected, but instead he's on strike for the final ball of this 19th over.
Free hit really here for Irie. And he cashes in with fast hands, but he's picked out the man. And finally, the fielder in the deep on the larger side is in the right place. It may well actually have gone all the way had Aaron Jones not been there. He's got such fast hands, Irie. It was a free hit because they wanted Bertel on strike for the final over, but he's holed out, and it's Aaron Jones, the birthday boy, who takes the catch.
Well, it only took him 114 deliveries to get the field setting right on that side of the ground, Lenny. It's about time. Aaron Jones, instead of cheating in 15 yards off that 82-yard boundary, he stays on the rope this time and takes a straightforward catch. Dipender Singh Ari out for 2. It's 157 for 5 after 19.
ठाउँको ठाउँ फोन पे डिरेक्ट नगद चढाऊ फोन पे गरौ
प्राकृतिक राग भएको विश्वासिलो गुणस्तरीय अनि राम्रो नो कम्प्रोमाइज विथ खारा साउजी
विजयजी बडो स्मार्ट हुनुहुँदो रहेछ क्वालिटी हेर्नु हुँदो रहेछ मूल्य होइन
मुटु चाहिन्छ मुटु
2 days later, the little sliver off the top right, and that's exactly where Kushal Bertel hit the ball up towards earlier. beautiful sights here in Texas for this Stake Stars and Summits Trophy 2024. And it's going to be the pantomime villain to bowl the 20th and final. Ali Khan has the ball in hand. Now this could be a big over, not just in terms of Bertel getting to the 100, but in terms of the momentum. Who's going to take it in at the end of the first innings? Good Yorker nailed. Arif Sheikh, the new man to the crease, would love to get Bertel back on strike, but he can't. It's a single.
Talked about Ali Khan getting a bit carried away at times in his previous 3 overs with the fans here for Nepal getting in his ear. He's got to keep everything in check here. As Jesse Singh finally gets the wicket he was craving off the last ball of the previous over. Aaron Jones taking a catch on the cover sweeper boundary on that 82-yard east side boundary.
Now, a little freebie will help things. I wonder was Bertel tempted to run there? Big cheers for what's only an extra, because the man who delivered it is very much the villain in the Nepal fans' eyes.
Well, I'm surprised they didn't have a chat to coordinate that beforehand in case that was an eventuality. If Ali Khan gets his radar wrong, leg side wides are possible, and I was expecting Kushal Bertel to sprint for an extra wide there to get back on strike, but Arif Sheikh looked like he wasn't exactly prepared for that. But Kushal Bertel definitely wanted to get back on strike as Ali Khan motions Jones out at deep mid-wicket to go a bit square.
Worked into the leg side. It is going to be just a single, probably the best result for Nepal. He's on 88, he needs 12, he's only got 4 balls to work with.
Well, he only needs 2 to get to 3 figures. Or if you're being a little bit more relaxed, 3 boundaries will do it, 3 fours will do it. He's got some breathing room, you never know. But on the USA side, Ali Khan, their best death bowler, he's their specialist at this stage of the match. A fantastic mano-a-mano battle here in the 20th over at Grand Prairie Stadium.
And they're chanting, Bertel, Bertel, Bertel. Look at the enthusiasm and the passion. Looks for that reverse scoop, gets it perfectly. Won't go all the way, but it will be 4. Great innovation from Kushal Bertel. He's played it once for 6. This time, it's 4 more. He's into the 90s.
Well, he likes that reverse corner pocket off the billiards table, Lenny. This is that cue shot. You only need to poke it. And as long as you got the angle right, it's going to go into that corner pocket beyond the rope.
Serious skills from Kushal Bertel. Short ball. I think this could be a wide. It's not given. They had a long look at each other, and Bertel wanted the wide. Oh, a side on replay of this could be interesting, given as one for the over.
No, I think that was a good call. I thought it was within the margins for height, and that's just look. Good comeback ball from the veteran for USA.
Well, I'm not sure, Peter. I think that's a wide. I think that's over his head height.
Of course, because you're speaking his Taku Dai right now.
I'm not. I always call it as it is, Peter. You know that. I think that was too short. I think probably won't get another look. 2 balls left. He needs 2 boundaries. Oh, he's not going to get there. They're going to try run a by, and Arif Sheikh will be run out. It will leave Bertel stranded at the non-striker's end, unless we have something utterly remarkable happen, like a few no balls. He's not going to get to the landmark. You can't really blame them for running. Arif Sheikh will be run out. It'll probably bring Karen KC to the crease for the delivery, and Ali Khan will feel as though he's won that little part of the battle.
Well, Andres House had an opportunity in the previous over to underhand into the stumps, couldn't connect, and on this occasion, he didn't have to run as far to collect the delivery. That made it much easier to get in line and release the underhand shy to connect with a direct hit. So Arif Sheikh out for 1 with 1 illegal ball remaining in this innings as Karen KC, another folk hero in associate cricket for Nepal, comes out to the middle to face the final delivery.
So one delivery left. It will send the Nepal fans into raptures if this can go over the rope. Gets a good piece of it. And of course it will go over the rope. It's Karen KC just doing what he does. He'll only get to face one ball, but he smashes it for 6. And Nepal, they get up to the 170 marker, and that fan doesn't want to let the ball go. First innings is in the books. Nepal 170 for 6.
Well, 600 strike rate. You can't beat that if you're guaranteed one ball and clears the ropes. It is the short boundary. Ali Khan was going for Yorker, just got it fractionally wrong. And that is Popeye forearms coming to the fore for Karen KC, muscling that just over the rope.
Look at the fans, loving every second. I think he's one of the most underrated hitters in the world game. He just always seems to do it. Simple technique. And I thought he might get that one over the rope from the one ball that he faced, and he did. Nepal have probably just nudged in front in the contest. They've got a little bit more than they had the other night. And what was a really entertaining, a spectacular first innings. The mainstay